What's going on? A-pluses, nerd mixes out there. It is your boy, Indy Uchiha, and we got a review and some news for y'all today. I'm reviewing Batwoman episode 7 and 8. Sorry, guys, so late on episode 7, but had a lot going on with work and life, with my second ever studio album getting ready to drop. Hits Hollywood, Indiana, the sequel. Had a lot of things last week that I had to go catch up with in that to make sure everything was done for my album to drop this Friday on the 26th. So please stay in tune. Search everything at Nerd Mix Alpha Indy Uchiha and stay in tune with that coming. Hollywood, Indiana, the sequel, or Hits for short, because that's all that's on that album is hits. So make sure you guys support that and support us here at A+ Hero Report and A+ Opinions by checking out our Patreon. That's right. A+ has a Patreon where we post a lot of content up, whether it's character breakdowns, special news, different types of Sentai reviews. A whole bunch of stuff goes up there. Audio versions of all our podcasts. Plus, you get access to a special Discord. We got 3 different tiers, 1, 5, and 10. So go ahead and check that out, man. We doing big things over there. So come, if you want the channel to grow, you want us to be able to do better, bring you guys more stuff, come check out the Patreon. But before we get into the review for these 2 episodes, what I felt honestly feels like they're better reviewed together than separate to start off with, because I feel almost like it was a 2-part arc to these last 2 episodes. We got some casting news when it comes to the Batwoman world that I'm very excited about, because I was a fan of the show that this young lady come from. I really feel like the show was canceled too early. So I'm glad she's getting her second shot at, I guess, comic booky stuff, as we get Wallace Day, the beautiful Wallace Day, is actually revealed to be the altered Kate Kane, and we'll get into what I mean by altered later in the review. But on this episode, lingering questions got answered about Kate Kane, Javicia Leslie, what's going on with her. She's gonna continue being Batwoman. We got the whole Ruby Rose thing that happened, but the whole big part of this season so far has been that Kate Kane is still alive and that she might be somewhere on this island. You know what I'm saying? Sophia might have a hold of her. But the second half of the season is going to reveal where Kate has been and what that means for her being a character going forward. At the end of tonight's episode, we discovered that Kate Kane is alive. She's unrecognizable due to injuries. She's sustained in the crash. She's bandaged and being held hostage. Ms. Day will play that altered version of Kate Kane. The UK-born actress isn't a stranger to the comic book world, as she starred as one of the leads, one of the best characters in the show of Krypton. That's right. Her other TV credits include Jekyll and Hyde, Casanova, and The Royals. Day recently wrapped the feature film Infinite, where she stars opposite Mark Wahlberg. So amazing credits. Already been a part of the comic book world to start off with. So I'm pretty interested in seeing where they're going to go with this character. And she's an incredible actress to me. I love her. I love Ms. Day. She's amazing. So I'm looking forward to seeing her in this role of Kate Kane. Could have possibly been cast as the original Kate Kane, to be totally honest with you. So we'll see what happens with that. But we're going to get into this review for episode 7, which was titled It's Best You Stop Digging. And episode 8, Survived Much Worse. Now, these are kind of going to blend together, but you get a mold of what's going on, because these episodes kind of, dug on each other. The big part of episode 7 was really going into the more of the background of what's going on with Sophia. And setting up with Alice, setting up, it was an Alice heavy episode, her setting everything up on how she was going to get to the island in order to be able to kill her sister, as much as going ahead and making a dead body double of Ocean, faking his death in order to get in a meeting with Sophia for all that to happen. Very, very interesting. The disease from the kryptonite bullet that Ryan took took in is, you know what I'm saying, affecting her a little bit more. It's very interesting, the writing. I wasn't a fan of episode 7, but if you watch both of them together, it's a little bit better, because episode 7 is basically as Ryan's conditions get worse, she starts questioning Batwoman's no killing policy. Batwoman, Batman, you know, they had a no kill code. And she knows with her getting ready to die, uh, the chance for her to get revenge for her mom's death when it comes to what Alice did is slipping away. So you see her go on a hunt down while she's injured to go take down Alice, which is kind of hard to take down Alice start off with, considering she was trained by Ocean. She's been through all these things. So Alice is a formidable adversary anyway, but being the fact that you're in a injured, altered state to start off with, where you're hallucinating, you're seeing your mom and stuff like that, it's going to be a little bit better to take her out. Yeah, a little bit harder to take her out. Then you get the whole conversation between Alice and Tatiana when Tatiana is captured by Alice. You know, the whole thing with them faking Ocean's death, and Tatiana's filling in the gaps for Alice about her time on Coryana and the history she has with Ocean. And this is one of the things that I do not like about what's going on with this story, because Sophia was such a dominant force by name before she was ever on screen. She felt like she had her hands in everything. No matter where you went, you felt like you had to deal with Sophia. And this basically breaks this down to her whole vendetta against Alice and Ocean is, if I can't have her, you can't have her type deal. It's just another love triangle. You know what I'm saying? Because Sophia was in love with Alice. Ocean was in love with Alice, and they were going to run away together, and Sophia was upset about that. That's how it's coming off to me, and that's one of the things that I feel just made Sophia a very weak villain. When she was like, I was wondering, like, she was so mysterious and stuff before, and so powerful, being able to reach anybody anywhere, that I feel like this just cheapened and just totally made her weak. And it's one of the reasons why I really couldn't get into this episode, episode 7 of What Happens, because it just all made everything again revolve around just being in love with somebody. Like, it's getting to the point right now that if you're in these superhero shows or whatever it is, just don't be in love with nobody. If you don't fall in love with nobody, you'll probably survive. But that's kind of what the basis of episode 7 was. It wasn't really like Jones. I really didn't like the episode. I liked it better watching both of them back to back, because I went back and I watched episode 7 before episode 8 came on, and it was a little bit easier to digest that way. But you still have this Sophia problem that's irritating the crap out of me, because she just doesn't seem powerful anymore after finding out the reason for what she's doing, which might be the reason, might not be. I feel that's it. She's just doing it because she's a scorned lover, or she had a crush on Alice and Alice didn't reciprocate or something like that. That's how I feel that goes. But in episode 8, Survive Much Worse, you get Ryan's getting her abilities tested. Alice is still looking for Kate. Sophie and Jacob get help from Luke in order to find where Coryana is, to try to go rescue Kate, but then Sophie ends up getting kidnapped when Jacob gets knocked out. It is really, really, really cool how they start to set stuff up, and then to me it just falls off. I really feel like the show revolving around Kate Kane is dragging it down a little bit. Maybe it'd be a little bit different when Day comes in to play Kate Kane without having Kate there. I feel like they're missing an element of this story that they're excuse me, I'm sorry. I feel like they're missing an element of the story that they're trying to find. But the one thing that I did like about this episode is that you had my baby show back up, Julia show back up. And for some reason, she found body parts of Kate that washed up in Bloodhaven. I love when Bloodhaven's name dropped, because every time somebody name drops Bloodhaven, I'm like, is there a Nightwing cameo coming? Is there a Nightwing cameo coming? But No Nightwing cameo. I mean, we can all hope we're gonna get a Nightwing cameo, but no, we end up getting it done. But it does. This episode to me does show where Sophie can be the change in the Crows, because Luke goes to her to try to help save Kate and get the Desert Rose in order to save Ryan. I'm loving the fact that Luke is starting to be able to balance his love for Kate and his respect for Ryan, and not choose one or the other, but able to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, take care of them both. Because he goes to Sophie, says, I've been working with well, she kind of figures out he's been working with Batwoman, but doesn't tell her why or when. Just says that Batwoman's sick and we need this flower, this Desert Rose. So you need to, I'm going to give you the coordinates you need to save Kate, but I need you to bring this rose back. And then you still see when they're back worried about it, you see Ryan having this, you know what I'm saying, part with them asking Sophie for help. But then when they're watching the video and they see Sophie talk about, no, we have to pick up this rose too, and we won't leave. We'll save Kate, but we won't leave till we get this rose, and I fill you in on the plane. That you can see Ryan's mind start to turn. By the end of the episode, you can see, you know what I'm saying, the shift between the dynamic of Ryan and the Crows that could possibly have them working together in the future, or even be cohorts or allies on a regular basis, especially with the turn that you're having in Commander Kane. Like I said, Luke really has a connection to Kate, respects Ryan. This team is starting to feel like it's more of a bat team. You know what I'm saying? And the one line that I love in this episode that they had that made me just cling to Ryan a little bit more is when she said, after Commander Kane and Sophie got kidnapped or whatever, I am saving them. I am saving Kate, and I'm saving my damn self. That just sounded like a line that she gets where it feels like she's really understanding what's going on. In a season where I feel like writers have made really bad choices, and what they're doing with Sophia is a bad choice. What they're doing with Alice and Sophia and Julie and Sophia is a real bad choice. Because if Sophia's ruthless and they don't trust her and all this stuff, what makes them trust the just off word that, you know what I'm saying, Kate is alive? I don't understand it. I feel like Alice should have known, or maybe it's just the effect of losing everybody around her that she just has this hope, you know what I'm saying, that this could be honestly, you know what I'm saying, that they could be true or be real, you know? But Alice gets thrown into, like, when she gets there, she gets thrown into a room and it's like just a bunch of replicas of the same exact necklace that Kate has, right? And then come to find out that, you know, Sophia was lying. It was all a part of her plot, her ploy, in order to get revenge in the way she wanted it. So that was interesting with them pulling that. But man, it just, I just feel like it's a waste of this amazing character of Sophia, this buildup that they had over 2 seasons, hinting her. And I just really feel like people who have dealt with Sophia have been involved with her. It seemed like Ocean knew. But Julia, Alice, it feels like they should know. You know what I'm saying? But the whole, like I keep saying, the whole relationship framed around Alice with Sophia and Ocean, it just feels like if I can't have you, no one can. And I feel like it should have been something stronger than that for the situation that was going on. But the cool thing was when Alice found out that she was lied to, she went out there and burnt that whole entire field of Desert Roses. That was great. One thing that I really did like too was Sophie challenging Jacob on that narrative that the Crows are not above the law. Similar to Batwoman, the Crows operate without any type of authority over them or anything like that. They just do what they want to do. The only difference between the two, And I love this because over on Den and Geek, they said the same exact thing that I feel about this. The only difference between the two is that the Crows get paid to do it. Batwoman does get paid to do it. The Crows get paid to not follow the law and do whatever they want to. So when you kind of have Tatiana reveal that Sophia would like Sophie to stay on the island and join her, and Sophie's like, why would I join an army of ruthless killers? And Tatiana's like, because you were already part of one. Other than that one line Ryan had I told you about earlier, I feel like those are the best lines in the show. Straight up. That was really, really dope. And also when Sophie found Batwoman dying and, you know, stayed with her because she didn't want to die alone, that was a tender moment. I don't know if it's setting some type of grain for Ryan and Sophie probably become close or romantically involved or just staying platonic. But I want to see that happen, especially if Sophie finds out who Batwoman is. I think that'll be an incredible reveal, you know what I'm saying, for what's going on. I wanted the Kate Kane thing to be dead after this, but of course, like I said, they're not done with her. At the end of the episode, you see a body wrapped in bandages wearing Kate's necklace. Kate is alive. As I told you guys at the beginning, been recast by Krypton's Wallace Day, and it seems the story has just begun. What this has to do with going forward, I don't know. Maybe it'll just be a couple of episodes where you see Wallace come put a rest to that Kate Kane storyline, or maybe it's going to be something more into it. Maybe it's a juggle for the Batwoman mantle. Maybe Kate decides to determine herself as something else. I'm all for it. I'm all for what's going on. But right now, I feel like the build that they have for Ryan Wilder making her Batwoman, I think she does need another struggle to solidify her, and maybe having to come face to face with the woman who wore the mantle to start off with, and proving herself to that person could bring a unique dynamic to what's going to be on this episode. A cool note, and it was hidden in plain sight. Angelique gave Ryan a desert rose. Ryan not even knowing she has kept that desert rose alive for years, and it might be the last one. And so we already know Hamilton Dynamics is after it. We know Sophia is going to be after it. So maybe that's more of what's going to happen for the rest of this season or lead to this season. But she has something very, very important in her possession right now. And I don't think she understands how important it is. What did you guys think about these two episodes? What do you think about Wallace Day joining as Kate Kane? And do you believe that was a good casting choice? It actually was one of the casting choice we had. If it was, we had a list that said if we were going to recast Batwoman, and Wallace Day is one of the choices that we made. So hey, we be batting a very good percentage over here at APlus Hero Report. So make sure you give us our just dues. All right, guys, let us know what you thought about these episodes. Don't forget about the Patreon, guys. I keep saying, don't forget about that Patreon. Go ahead and join. Show your support for everything we do here. Help us grow our channel by showing your support. And as I said before, as I always say, you can find us at APlus Opinions on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So make sure you go follow all of those. You can follow me right here at Nerd Mix Alpha. And don't forget Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Pandora, whatever you listen to your music on, search Indie Uchiha and check your boy out and support. Those streams mean everything to me. All right. So until next time, as always, keep it A+. This has been a Nerd Mix. Indie out.